Today, Universus is announcing another all-new mechanic in Attack on Titan, Ruin. And they've given me a card to show off this ability, but this attack is going to be interesting for a lot more reasons than just the Ruin ability. Let's get into it and enhance this image over here. 7 difficulty, 7 mid 7, the assault on Utgard Castle, Titan keyword, Blitz Ruin 1. Ruin, your rival sacrifices 1 face down foundation. So Ruin X, your rival sacrifices X face down foundations. Ruin 8, they would blow up 8 face downs. Ruin 2, they'd blow up 2 face downs. Here we have just a very, very small Ruin 1. So 7 difficulty, 7 mid 7. This is reminding me a lot of that Hood Nomu secret rare attack. Can't remember the name of it right now on the spot. But here is what makes this attack so interesting is look at the bottom right-hand corner. It checks a 4. I have never seen this in Universus. This attack checks a 4. Normally all attacks check 3, some check a 2 and some check a 1. But if we have 2 check or 1 check attacks, they very, very rarely see play unless they're ultra powerful because of how much they keep your deck stability down, because you have to have strong early build turns. But 7 difficulty checks a 4. So if we were to bring this down into deck stability terms that we can understand, because it's hard to kind of gauge how good is a 7 difficulty 4 check attack. I've never played with an attack that checks a 4. Is that utterly broken, or is that perfectly fine since the difficulty is so high? So if we took that 4 check and we took it back to a 3, we'd have to take it down by 25%. If we took the 7 difficulty and took it down by 25%, that would give us 5.25. Basically a 5-3, right? A 5-3 attack, 3 divided by 5 is 60%. Here, 4 divided by 7 is like 57%. It's pretty close to 60. So it's very, very similar in terms of deck stability with the 5 difficulty 3 check attack. And a 5 difficulty 3 check attack that was a 7 speed, 7 damage, 1 foundation getting destroyed from your rival. That's pretty solid. And it checks a 1, or it has a 1 mid block. Sorry, it does not. It checks a 4 with a 1 mid block. And then the other cool thing about this attack is it is on the infinity symbol. So characters like Hood can play this, even though it's 7, to get another 7 difficulty attack to help his damage. And it checks a 4 to help his stability while he's playing all these high difficulty attacks. It could also be interesting in a character like Shishi Wakamaru, who gets to play 1 attack for free, basically every single turn. And this really feels like Attack on Titan. Attack on Titan is big. It's scary, right? So we have these big difficulty attacks, big check numbers. Everything in Attack on Titan is supersized compared to normal. And they're really showing that in the design here. And so I'm confident that this is not going to be the only 4 check attack in Attack on Titan. And we've already seen a lot of other 6 difficulty attacks. Here we have 7 difficulty. Could we see in Attack on Titan attacks with even higher difficulties than a 7? Could we see an 8, 9, 10 difficulty? Could we see a 5 check attack? Design is experimenting with all of these new ideas and concepts. What would it take to get you to play a 7 difficulty attack? Is a 4 check enough? And then with Ruin, how big is Ruin going to get? We have these Titans that just tear down walls, and destroy the cities and just rip people to shreds. Ruin 1 is pretty tame here. Could we see an attack with Ruin 3, Ruin 4, Ruin 5? Just these things that absolutely obliterate your rival's stage. Think about all these characters that love face down foundations. Cementos, Spike, Overhaul. Could all of these characters see, go down in power level with all of these Ruin cards coming in? And then the other thing is, we've seen 7 foundations so far from Attack on Titan. And none of them had just free enhances. The enhances either had commit costs or flip costs. And I have no idea if that's going to continue or not continue. But if that is a trend, maybe we have a lot of foundations in Attack on Titan Spotlight with flip costs. That would make a lot of sense if we're also going to get a lot of attacks with Ruin abilities. So if you flip your foundation now for a cost, you also have to consider that you're opening yourself up for your rival to ruin you with these types of attacks. I'm not sure how prevalent ruin is going to be across Attack on Titan, if it's going to be everywhere, how big these abilities are going to get. This is Attack on Titan. I imagine these abilities are going to get huge. I imagine difficulties of attacks, checks of attacks could get even bigger than just 7-4. We have no idea. It feels like the Wild West right now with design. We have all of these new mechanics coming in, principles that we thought were set in stone, like an attack checks a 3. Those are now being put to the test. Now we're getting attacks that check a 4. I have no idea where all of this is going to go. Maybe a character like Byakko actually really likes Ruin, since he gets to flip his rival stage and now he gets to ruin them even more. Or a character like Godzilla, Godzilla -1, the original Godzilla. So I have no idea where this is going to go, how big these things are going to get. But one thing is for sure. We have entered the world of Attack on Titan, and it looks nothing like the worlds that we have seen before.